Anime. We all know it, we all love it, and it's everywhere, especially nowadays, really compared to back to when I was growing up. But the thing about today's anime is, it's getting so good that 7 out of 10s and 8 out of 10s are now mediocre. So I'm here to tell you why we need mediocre. Like, I'm talking about like 5 out of 10 animes to come back. Yes, I understand, we don't want the world to be flooded with all this stuff, but there's a reason why I say these are necessary. For example, let me throw out Gun March Parade. Very good anime, solid mech, based off a light novel, based off a visual novel, and randomly it turns from, mech anime to fighting all this to a, rom-com out of nowhere. The art was okay, the story was pretty good. Overall, good 5 out of 10 anime. Good palate cleanser, something that you could use to, switch it up between watching Jujutsu Kaisen or watching Re:Zero, something in between. Those that I just mentioned are great. 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 anime. But the thing is, everything now that's coming out is 7 out of 10, which is bumping up the new mediocre score of set to 7 out of 10. And what does that mean? So, in my eyes, that means that every average anime is going to be up to the standards of MAPPA, up to Studio Madhouse, that kind of thing. People are bumping those 5 out of 10s normally up to 7 out of 10s now, which makes the harder to find 5 out of 10s and lower, which overall, that's a great thing. Quality is increasing, stories increasing all, but if we increase the standard of mediocrity, it's going to get the expectations so high that no one can reach them. Nothing will be as good as, for example, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Nothing will be as good as One Piece. Nothing will be good as Dragon Ball. The old classics and the good standards that everyone says, yes, these are bangers, these are 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, won't be happening anymore. It's going to be staying around the 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 range. What I'm saying is we need to bring it back to 5 out of 10s. Another good example of 5 out of 10. Magical Warfare. Bet you never heard of it, and there's a reason why. Not a lot of good publication about it. Very mediocre story. Standard magical stuff. Guy discovers about magic, and his friend join him. They go to this magical school. Blah, 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 blah. Ending's very weird. It kind of leads off to like where there could be a second season. Never was a second season. Overall, very good palate cleanser. Like I said before, with Gun March Parade. I can never get that name right. Overall, what we need is to bring back the mediocrity. Bring back these 5 out of 10s. Another good one that I can mention. Rail Wars. About a guy joins the Railway Commission. I forget what the real thing is, but in Japan, basically he's in charge of safety. He's in charge of bringing forth these safety and these measures when it comes to trains and day-to-day life and stuff like that, dealing with the subway and everything in between. 5 out of 10. Great, interesting. You might have seen it because there's a Rail Horse parody by Giga. You might have seen it before, but you don't see these anymore. That's the problem. You can go to Sentai and pull up a bunch of them. That now, don't get me wrong, people do vary on how they feel about 5 out of 10. Some people say Is the Order a Rabbit and is mediocre, 5 out of 10. Some people I have seen say Jujutsu Kaisen is mid, 5 out of 10. I get it, the opinions vary, but the overall general consensus of 5 out of 10s is not there anymore. And that brings awareness to the fact that 7 out of 10s are now the new 5 out of 10s. And that's not okay in my opinion. And like I said before, it's raising expectations so high on these studios that a lot of them can't meet the requirements right now, with either staff cuts or people retiring, people dying. Work is not a thing, the pay, and there's a whole discussion on, people, animators and all that stuff are underpaid, writers are underpaid. And it's true, they're very underpaid and they just barely make ends meet, to the point where they have to live in shared houses and stuff. They don't live on their own. Unless they get breakthrough series and, get really good. And, well, I say really good. They do enough work to stand out, or they keep making art that people wants to grab them. Overall, what I'm saying is it's making a harder standard on the industry as a whole, and I kind of want to push back these 5 out of 10s. I think we need these 5 out of 10s back. But let me know what you think in the comments. Because I'm really curious on what you guys think about this overall, like, opinion. What do you guys feel as what's the new standard of mediocrity? Because, like I said, the new mediocrity in me now is 7 out of 10. And we need to dial that back to where it was before at a 5 out of 10. To where we can have stuff like Crayon Shin-Chan, or 07 Ghosts, Triage X, Monster Musume. There's 5 out of 10s that help curve the overall census of anime and help keep things grounded. That's just me. That's my opinion. So until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.